Hi, I'm quickly going to show you how we put one of my kites together. The kite consists of 3 parts. There's a body and 2 wings. You'll also should have instructions of how to assemble. Everything that I'm going to show you now is written here, and also some really good information if you're having trouble flying it. Sometimes you're too close to a building, or the children are running or something like that, and also how to put the string back on if you happen to break it, and just shows you how to tie it back on, but I'll explain it all as we go along. You'll also have a hand line, which I'll explain a little bit about in a minute. Now the first thing I want you to do is just to turn the kite over, and you should see 4 little bits of plastic which are connectors. Sometimes they're right against the edge here, so you have to get your finger and push it out a little tiny bit so it's away from the stick. The same up the top. It can be really close, just move it out a little bit. Grab one of the wings and place the bottom of the wing into that little connector down there. Swing this around and line it up. Now sometimes if it's too high, you don't force it. If you do, you might bow that and it's not going to sit properly anyway. So just have another bite of the apple, bring it around so that it lines up with the connector, and then push it in. On a very cold day, these aren't very flexible, so sometimes I recommend that you either put it in the sun for a little while or use a hairdryer in the winter time just to make it a little bit more flexible. You do exactly the same on the other side. You put the bottom of the wing in first. One thing that I have seen people do is push on that little stick there. You shouldn't do that because it might separate it. Just hold on to the thick bit here, push it in, swing it around, line it up so that it's exactly in line with that little bit of plastic, and then push it in. Make sure that the wood goes right through the connector. Now before you fly the kite, you've got to make sure that the wings are even and balanced. The way I do it is I measure between here and here. So if that's 2 fingers, then this side's got to be 2 fingers. That's pretty good. But you cannot have it so that the wing's like that. It won't fly properly. It'll dip to the side. So just ensure that it's even. You can use a ruler. I like to use my fingers. That's close enough. Same down the bottom. Now once you've got it all together and you're happy with it, turn it over. And the first thing I'd like you to do, especially the first time you take it out of the packet, just check these knots here. That's the bottom one there. Just make sure it's nice and tight. And this one here. You only have to do it once, you don't have to do it every time. It's just to make sure that it is nice and tight the first time you use it. If it's going to come apart, it will come apart on the very first time that you use it. You'll notice that in your line that's attached to the, well, we call this the harness, there's a little loop. That's where we're going to attach our hand line. The hand line has a snap swivel. Fishermen use them. They're a little bit hard for small children to open, but you press it, open that up, place it into that loop, put into that loop just there, close it up, and then your kite's ready to fly. I'll just give you show you one little thing. This here, the string is attached and that angle is 90 degrees. It doesn't matter how long the string is, but long as that is 90 degrees there, it should fly properly. You don't want to have it really low, you want to have a little bit of length in it before you put a knot. About that long. Okay, show you how to fly it in a minute.